maybe I should do this. I don't know. Oh, the whole idea was I was going to record this and then put this up. So I really don't know. Maybe I missed a setting somewhere. So anyway, this is the very first beginning. And this is a beginning where you don't plan. This is a beginning where you don't, think, you don't plan, you don't see whether it makes sense. So these are beginnings where you have, it could be a new project, it could be a new relationship, but you don't really think about what's coming next. You don't really think about the future. You don't really see if it makes sense on a very logical level. It's like, you have this dream and you just, okay, good, now he can hear. But this is really new for me. I thought I was just going to make a recording and put it up. I'm extremely sorry if people are, seeing this and joining this recording, because I think this is happening live. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. I hope this helps. We're talking about beginnings as explored in the tarot cards. So we're talking about the energy of the Fool card. Okay. And here the card is talking about beginnings. Again, this guy is just following his dreams. He's not concerned about how it's going to work out. He's not concerned about how this thing will pan out for him. He really does not think, right? If it's a new project at work, if it's a new relationship, if anything new, like anything new, he begins a new study course, whatever. Point is, he's just going to take that leap. He's not really going to think. So again, it's everybody's guess. In the spread, in the reading, right? The next card or the card after that is going to show us how that kind of worked out for him. But this is the kind of energy or the beginning that this card talks about. Now let's look at the other cards in the major arcana. Which ones talk about beginnings? Right, okay. Now this is one card which people get really scared about. But it's not anything. I mean, it's not a scary card. It's a sad, depressing situation card, but it's not a scary card. It's the death card. And yes, nobody's going to die. Okay, please pay attention, Hollywood people. This card does not mean people are going to die. Okay, the new beginning, or the beginning that has been, that has been very, very cutely or very, softly placed over here. It's here. If you see, I'm trying to get this close to the camera. If you see this, there's a sunrise right here, right? So after, in the death card, we are talking about a situation where all, the stuff, your stability, your willpower, your systems, everything crumbles, everything goes, everything is going to be taken away, everything ends. And so it's after that clean slate, after everything has been wiped out and the slate has been wiped clean, the beginning that comes after that, this one, this is the beginning. So here, compare that with the beginning that we saw in the Fool card, where he, there is that hint of the past here in that cave thing, but then nobody's, really talking about that here. We are just talking about how he's having a dream and he wants to follow it. But here, it's like a whole bunch of things later, when all of this stuff is accumulated. And now this guy comes in, and this guy is not really a person, it's a situation or circumstances that happen where everything is just cleaned out, the slate is cleaned, and now we have that new beginning manifesting after everything is cleaned up. So that is the beginning energy of the death card, right? So now whatever will manifest in the client's life, the beginning that will manifest in the client's life after the death card, will be hopefully more mature, because he's experienced stuff, he or she has experienced stuff in the past, right? And now that person is going to start afresh. So experience in life about situations, that adds up, and hopefully that experience will guide him into taking better decisions and stuff. Well, if we're talking about the death card, then we can't really give a miss to our Tower card, is there? The beginnings that come after this, right? This is, again, this is also a change. This is a sudden event that happens. Like the death card is a gradual change, this is a sudden change. And the beginnings that happen after this are also very interesting, because this card talks about events, situations which shake everything up, everything. This is the structure of your life, this is the foundation of your life, and it's all crumbling down by this sudden event or piece of news or situation that comes. Everything breaks up, everything breaks apart, and you, the people who are caught in this darkness, are thrust out. Again, we don't know what's below, if it's soft ground, if it's water, if it's really hard rocks. Nobody knows, right? The point is, sudden situations will cause upheaval and change. And that kind of new beginning, although a beginning isn't hinted, this is just a situation. So this card doesn't really show a beginning. So I just mentioned it because we talked about the death card. And you know, you can't avoid talking about the Tower card when you talk about the death card, I would say. The next card here is the Star card. Again, here is hope. Star is all about hope. She's letting go of her attachment to her senses. She's letting go of all her feelings and emotions and accumulated whatnot. And see the star over here. This is the star. When I read this in a book, that back in Egypt, when the star called Sirius would rise in the sky, the river Nile would get flooded. And since, you know, Egypt is a desert area, so that was a good thing for them when the river flooded, so they could start planting their crops, right? So this star was the beginning of that new year. This star then signified hope and a new beginning, a new start, a time to plant the seed, right? And very symbolically, very metaphorically, we plant the seed and then you eventually have crops, or you have benefits that you can enjoy or reap. So this card here is talking about hope, because at this point here, she's letting go of stuff, yeah, and she's hoping that this new start, this new beginning will really, you know, signal something extremely good for her. So here in this card, the energy of this card, or the beginnings that come about after this card, you don't know how it's going to happen. It's just a hope of a beginning. It's just the positive energy that comes before really an actual beginning. So that's your Star card. Then which card comes next? Which card talks of beginnings? Not the moon. Oh, we have Sun is good, yeah. Sun is also a good card in terms of beginnings, right? This wall is his barrier, is the limitation, and he's crossed it. And he's not become into, turned into a child. This is very metaphorical. He has achieved a childlike point of view in this card, right? Childlike and childish are two different things. Childish would be immature. Childish would be someone who doesn't really think and just does something without thinking about it. But here, childlike, right, it means someone who has that innocence, or someone who does not have the preconceived notions and fears and rational thought processes that adults have. And you know, sometimes when we are approaching things very creatively, very intuitively, we need to have that childlike perspective. And so that is that perspective. That's why they've shown a little child over here, right? So he has crossed these barriers, and now he started anew, right, on this horse, which is again a symbol of movement, and this orange banner, which is a symbol of enthusiasm and creativity. He is now childlike again, and he is starting his journey again. But now that he has overcome all these things, that is why the sun comes and there is the clarity, right? Sun brings light in darkness, right? So there is clarity. He is now able to see things more clearly because he is, you know, childlike, and he has crossed those barriers of the wall. That limitations, walls are limitations, right? Like, you know, so that is the energy of that beginning. Judgment, I know judgment is kind of an ending, I would say. It signals the ending of karmic cycles. The beginning will happen afterwards, but here the karmic cycle ends, so I can't really say it's a beginning. But then we have the world card, which again is an ending and a beginning all by itself, right? Because the journey, if you see from the Fool card to the world card, is the journey of the major arcana. But when it ends with the person being in the world card. Now the world card here we see, right? Success and glory, all the energies, all the four elements, and the world dancer is dancing in tune with the energies of the universe. She has all the tools now, right, which she did not have in the beginning with the Fool card. The tools which were there, or the talents, or whatever the abilities, if you see in the world card, that bag he has over here, it's hidden from view, it's hidden from us, we don't know. Perhaps even he doesn't know what abilities, what talents he has. But now in the world card, with the two wands in both the hands, she's totally aware of her abilities, of her talents, and that is why she's successful, because now she can completely use them. She can completely employ them in her day-to-day life, in her professional, personal, whatever life, in every aspect of her life. So in that sense, while this card does signal the end of the journey from the Fool to the world, this card also indicates that, you know what, there's a new beginning here, right here. From the world, should go back again, start over. Why not? But this time, a little bit more aware, a little bit more, aware, and with a lot more understanding. It's like my favorite koan, you know. It's a very cute story. Apparently, there's a Zen master who's living in the mountains, and he's supposed to be very enlightened. And so one day this disciple goes up to him and says, Master, I want to know, what happens, like enlightenment, how does it change your life? I mean, what did you used to do before you were enlightened? So the master looks at him and says, well, I used to chop the wood and I used to draw the water. So he says, oh, that's great, but what did you do now, after enlightenment? He says, I chop the wood and I draw the water. So point is that regardless of whether you're enlightened or not, what you're doing, or rather whatever you're doing in the world, your activities, your day-to-day life, that doesn't really change. But the enlightenment or the knowledge or the self-realization that you gain, it definitely helps you become more aware, become more self-conscious, or I wouldn't say self-conscious, that's kind of the wrong word, but more aware. Whatever you do it with more compassion, you do it with more empathy, you do it with more understanding, that sort of thing. You do chop the wood, you do draw the water, but you're doing it with a lot more awareness. And I think that is a lot better than most people in the world. Yes. Okay. And okay, now that we've done the major arcana beginnings, or are the beginnings as they show up in the major arcana cards, let's look at the beginnings as they show up in the minor arcana cards. And of course, your all four aces are perfect candidates in terms of beginnings. Okay, let's look at that. The Ace of Wands, obviously, fire energy, so passion. Yeah, we have that. So this is the beginning or energy which talks of, like the passion, this is desire, this is like, I want to go do this, I want to go do this. This is fire energy that pushes you, that drives you. This is passion, this is drive, this is the energy of the Wands which says, just, this is the awesomest idea ever, just do it. That is Ace of Wands. Okay. Then the energy beginning, or energy surrounding the beginning in the Ace of Swords, right? Swords are very, very logical. Swords are thoughts. Swords are what's happening up here in your head. And so this is clarity like you have never had. This is intellectual clarity. This is the truth. This is how you see, this is the clarity which is in here, not in your heart, but in your head. Okay, this is something that you have intellectually understood very clearly, like a maths problem or something, but that's all sword energy here, right? This is intellectual clarity and understanding, and the beginnings that take place from here have that energy. It's all up here in the mind. Then you have your Ace of Cups. This is all hard. This is all hard. This is all pure emotion, right? The energy, the beginnings that this suggests is all about feelings. It's all about emotions. That's that joy that comes, right? It's overwhelming emotional, it's expression, it's joyful, it's contentment, it's happiness. It's also somewhere spiritually you are, opening up. So that is that beginning. And then you have your Ace of Pentacles. Now Pentacles, right, are the manifestation. All the suits, all the energies of all the suits, all the elements, right, fire, air, water, when they actually come together and manifest into something tangible, that is your Pentacles energy, and that is what is manifesting here. So this is a real tangible beginning. This is the gift that the universe will give you. So with what you get, like like if you have the Wands energy, you will be pushed or propelled to do something, to take part in, or rather to create something or to make something happen. The beginning that is propelled with the Swords energy, you will think, or you'll come up with an idea or a concept or something intellectual will take place. It will all be here. The beginning that comes with this, the Cups card, that's all, in your heart, in your emotions, that's maybe in your subconscious. So that the energy will be within you, it will be all feelings based, but the energy that manifests from the Pentacles here will be tangible, actual. You'll be able to touch, feel, and see things, and that is the energy that will happen from this. Okay, and this is the energy that you can actually make, you can see things that come with this, right? So this is like you will actually receive stuff, you will get stuff, maybe money, mostly money, right? But you will get gifts, right? You will get things, like stuff will come to you. That is what beginning is. And maybe with that stuff that comes to you, you can then make some more stuff. Like, I don't know, one day in a reading I pulled this card out, and like this book I had like ordered way back when and completely forgotten about. Suddenly in the mail, there it was. And yeah, I mean, I read that book and it helped me. It helped, it was one of those technical books that I keep reading. It helped me figure some things out. So it's that way. Okay, now apart from the aces, let's look at each of these suits individually and see if there's any beginnings there. Okay, the Two of Wands, right? He's going to start something there with whatever that energy of the ace that we saw here, right? This energy with that whatever, that I have to do this, I have to make this happen. Now he actually does it. He's putting it in, in making it real. He is going to actually maybe take it global. Let's see that globe in his hand there. Yeah, he's going to make it happen. He's going to, make his dreams come true there. He's going to start that project. He's going to implement it. And sometimes, if you do get the feel, he's just thinking about it, but definitely implementation is somewhere going to happen. Okay. What else? Which other cards talk of beginnings? Okay, let's look in the Swords. Ouch. Okay, I mean, I'm not really such a, I don't know why these sword cards are all very nasty. So not all logic is not all bad. Okay, here it is. There's another Two of Cups, which is a good beginning, right? This is a beginning of a partnership, a friendship, a relationship, right? Again, this is, man, woman, but it could be any gender. It's a beginning of a relationship. So it could be a romantic relationship, it could be a work relationship, it could be a business relationship. I already said that, I think. Oh, sorry. So, but the basis of this relationship is emotions. Okay, the sharing of emotions, the healing that this sharing creates, the fire energy or passion that this sharing creates. That is the basis of this interaction and this relationship. Whatever happens in this relationship, because it's a Cups card, that is how this relationship or this business partnership even begins. It's where feelings are exchanged and it creates a sort of a healing, because when you share your feelings, you heal, maybe you help each other understand things. Okay, what else? What else? What else? Beginnings, beginnings, beginnings. So let's see. Finally, we are in the Pentacles. What sorts of beginnings? Okay, yeah, this could be a nice beginning. Okay, here now if you look at this, right? We know this card. This is the Five of Pentacles. This is not really the beginning card I'm talking about, but the next one is going to be the beginning card. See, after going through this sort of hard difficult times as expressed in the Five of Pentacles, then in the Six of Pentacles this guy comes and gives you a few coins, and you can start afresh. So this is a new beginning after a harsh time, the beginning that happens. But then now in this card the help comes from external sources. Someone else comes and helps you. So again, because this is all Pentacles, this could be financial situations, like you are in a financial distress or really in a bad shape financially, and then someone comes and helps you, lends you money maybe, and or you find some way to get a loan or something. Somehow money comes in, but again it's a proper person, it's an institution most likely, right? It's maybe a person who is running who does this on a regular basis. So it's not like that sort of help, but help comes. So that is the new beginning. So now based on this, because of this help, you are now going to start afresh. That is the energy surrounding this particular beginning. Yep, that's about it. Those are the cards. I think these this is so each and every card we saw has a different feel to it, has a different kind of story to it, has a different kind of energy to it, and that is the kind of beginning that is being manifested. So in a reading, when we look at the beginnings in this way, we see that that if so once we know how things start, right, we can also predict, or we can also see how they will move forward. So that is how in that reading it kind of helps. Now okay, hang on one second. Okay. But I do know that a few people have joined in this particular broadcast. I'm totally new to this Google Hangouts thing. No, this is not it. So I'm trying to figure out. I know. The idea was I wanted to make a private video and then make it public, but looks like a couple of people joined in. So I don't know. I'm just gonna say that thank you for joining in. It was quite surprising. Oh yeah, it's one viewer. I can't see where you are. I don't know how to see you. So I'm sorry. Invite people. And this is something totally new. So thank you for watching me record this live. And thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, just put them in the comments, and I'm going to be online trying to figure this out for a while. So if you have any questions, just make sure you put them in the comments. And yep, I hope you enjoyed my broadcast. I hope you enjoyed my video. I'm going to be doing this again after a few days. I'm just going to basically pick up a concept or a word, and I'm going to pull out, bring up cards which are talking about that concept, but in a different way. So that way we understand the fundamentals of those things as expressed in the cards. Yep. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye-bye.